Good evening, I'm Watson and Tilton Talk Show. In the studio tonight we have Mr. Chris Pugh, Paul Hipkiss, and our special guest Mark Watson. Let's kick off straight away then. Come on then, Chris. We've got two games to look at.
Yep.
We have?
Yes, we have Sheffield United and then Ipswich.
Go for it.
So we might as well start with the Sheffield United one.
Yeah.
Another game where I felt it was quite similar to the Leeds game. Where clearly the opposition are the ones in control, happy to have the ball. We're happy for them to have the ball, and it's up to them to break us down. What impressed me about that one, they for a side that are going for promotion, to take the lead, and then we get the goal from the corner. That second half, it felt like it could have gone at stages in that second half. It was very to and fro, back and forth. I thought, I text my boss is a Leeds fan, and I text him saying there's no way this is ending 1-1. Shock horror, I was bang wrong there again, but yeah, it had that feel to it, especially with about half hour left, and it did feel like it was someone was going to nick it. Both sides were going for it, and then with about 20 to go, I just thought, we started to tire a little bit. Sheffield United obviously had made the changes by then, going a little bit more attacking, but to hold on again and to be able to say that you've had second and third come into us and you haven't lost to them. You haven't actually lost to them at all this season. 2 draws against Sheffield United and 2 victories over Leeds is testament to how we've been this season.
Yeah. Especially against the better teams.
Yeah, exactly. Two sides. The 3 sides going for automatic promotion in the 6 games, we've only lost the 1, and at Norwich, we should have beat Norwich at our place.
Yeah.
So it is. It's a good indictment to how we're going. Like you say, against teams that will have the ball and are happy to go at us, and we're pretty resilient, especially at home.
Definitely. I think we're a threat to anyone with the quality we've got going forward. It's just obviously sometimes we do sort of concede soft goals, I think. We don't close players down quickly enough. I was saying before we came on air. We've conceded the lead on 10 occasions this season.
Yeah. And
a lot of the times it's been obviously at the beginning of the second half, so we've not quite come out of the dressing room at half time.
Yeah.
And been bang at it, and then we've been punished for that. But overall, you can't really complain too much. It's been a good season, I think, and we are in a false position, obviously with the point deduction.
Yeah, we should. We've played better than where we are. Yeah,
definitely. And I thought Wednesday night when Hotter came on, we looked the more likely, in my opinion. He got the ball, he was running at them, he was causing them problems, and he threaded a couple of lovely passes through, and he nearly scored himself with that one down at the near post.
Yeah.
And Shea was unlucky with that. It was a good save from their keeper, that wasn't it?
Yeah,
it was flying in.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, overall, I thought a draw was probably a fair result because Sheffield did have their chances as well.
Yeah.
But so overall, 1-1 was probably about fair. But
yeah.
Mark, if I'm honest, I'm amazed it finished 1-1.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I text just about everyone I knew at half time and said, well, we've lost this. We're not winning this, let's be honest.
Yeah.
To hold them, with their firepower they've got, particularly like Billy Sharp alone, to hold that is bloody impressive, to be honest. Yeah. And like you say, we are in a false position. Where should we be?
Yeah.
I just think that the firepower we've got this season is quite frankly phenomenal. With largely the same squad we had last year, it just shows the difference a better morale makes.
Yeah.
Monk has turned this team around without really changing too much, other than stopping them hoofing the ball forward constantly, although Davis still seems to be in Cottrell hoof mode. He hasn't quite got the message on that. But just shifting the morale around, and we are a team falsely fighting for relegation now. And unfortunately we've got some rubbish teams to play, and we play rubbish against rubbish teams because they refuse to attack us, and we don't really know what to do. In fact, the game against Ipswich is probably the first time we've actually attacked a game this season, because we're happy to sit back and let the ball come to us, which for arrogant Leeds and arrogant Sheffield United and these teams who think that we're a pushover, we reap the rewards. But then when you get a team who are happy to sit back like Millwall, suddenly we become a bit unstuck.
Yeah, and you talk about morale and the feel good factor around the place. It's confidence as well. And you mentioned another point. Going back to Wednesday night, that Che shot. normal strikers don't take that on. Do you know what I mean? You have to be someone who's got 20 goals this season, absolutely buzzing. Honestly, truly believing that you're going to score with every shot you take.
Yeah.
To even attempt that first time, and like you say, it was destined for the top corner, but for a decent save from Henderson. So
Well, this time last season, that was going into Rose Ed.
He wouldn't even have taken it on.
No, he
took a touch and gone to the corner and seen what he could have done with it there. But to have the initiative and the self confidence to even give it a go.
Well, quality breeds confidence, and confidence lets quality shine. How about
Absolutely.
that for a catchphrase? Can you tell I've planned that?
Might drop, walk out right now. Yeah.
That's me done for the episode. See you later.
That's one for the gravestone, that is.
Someone write that down. But it's true. This time last season, Shea, I'll hold my hands up. I slagged him off left, right, and centre.
Yeah.
I said in this, for this season, let him go. He's doing nothing for us. How stupid do I look? He's turned the game on his head.
Yeah.
To be honest, he's potentially keeping us up.
Yeah.
With all his goals.
Well, you think about 20 plus goals.
Yeah. And
Dukey 10 plus goals.
Yeah.
Like you say, with the threat that we've got up top. But Adams,
Yeah.
Like
But the point is that threat was always there last season, but it wasn't there mentally.
Yeah.
And this season mentally, just everything is going right.
Yeah.
The magic threesome, Pep, Jimmy, and Monk. They just know how to work a team mentally.
I think Sean Rush as well. He's good.
Yeah, Rushy as well, definitely without a doubt.
He's made a difference. He's good, isn't he?
Yeah. Well, Beattie came in and praised the work Sean Rush has done.
Yeah.
But and the thing about Che as well, when Beattie was in here and he was speaking about Che, we asked him, what have you done with Che to make him, this ultra confident striker, this goal scorer now. And what interested me is he was saying, obviously they've worked on things in the training ground, and he has developed size to his game, on the pitch, but actually off the pitch, it's that mental focus to really want to achieve something, really want to grow as a player, really want to get better as a player. And he couldn't praise the work Che has done to himself off the pitch, not just working that he's staying behind training, making sure he is getting plenty of work done on his shooting and his all round forward play, which Beattie no doubt will be able to help him with perfectly. But off the pitch, the work on himself, in his own mind, in his head, working on his own body and stuff like that. The strength he's got now, the strength he shows when he backs into people, you honestly don't believe that he's ever going to lose the ball now. Nobody's going to muscle him off the ball. The way he's playing.
I do think we've got a manager now that walks in a room and lights it up. When they're let's say they're all eating together or something, he walks in the room and they all respect him immediately. And he lights the room up, whereas the previous manager would probably draw the curtains.
But it's sorry, I'll stop talking. Carry on.
It's the question that comes in every week, every time we get a new guest in.
Oh God.
Mark,
Oh yeah.
would you knock down the main stand?
What, me personally?
Yeah. We'll help you.
You're
Right,
home.
you got a sledgehammer. Not currently, because I wouldn't have anywhere to sit. If you could rebuild it with some sort of character and not just make the ground a hollow box, then yes. But I think Tottenham's ground aside, modern grounds tend to lack a bit of character. And I think can I use the word dumpy? As dumpy as that main stand might be, as rustic as that main stand might be.
Yeah, we're not rustic.
Rustic is a polite way of saying dumpy.
Yeah.
Knock it down, but keep the character. How's that for an on the fence answer?
It's good. That I don't know whether anybody saw it. That there was a picture going around the social media of the ground from above, and it was all lit up.
Yeah.
And it looks stunning, like a really nice picture. But I did, I don't mind the main stand per se, but I did think if that goes all the way around, it doesn't even need to connect to the railway.
Yeah.
No, like a horseshoe.
Just keep it going. And that would look absolutely
Well, I personally don't have to look at it, so I'm all right.
Yeah.
I don't turn around, so I'm all right.
That's true, yeah. Yeah, best of both worlds, yeah. Yeah, so should we go on to Ipswich first before we discuss individual players? You guys saw more of it than I did.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on? Obviously, you've already mentioned the fact that the first half we looked pretty good.
If I'm honest, the first half to me, I don't know what you think, but it seemed to be a bit of a training game almost. It almost had that atmosphere about it. We scored early,
Yeah.
and they didn't. I don't want to say they got complacent, and I don't want to discredit them, but it almost looked like this is a walk in the park. Ipswich don't care. If I'm honest, I didn't think Ipswich cared. The only one who looked like he gave a damn in that first half was Quainer. Is that his name? Quainer?
Yeah.
The guy on loan from Huddersfield.
Yeah.
Whether he thought, I've got to try and impress Huddersfield now because they're coming down and they might want me back. I don't know. But Ipswich in general look like they've accepted their fate. The fans accepted the fate. Who cares?
Yeah.
And then the second half, every note I wrote in the first half is a load of rubbish because it all goes out the window.
Yeah.
Because Ipswich decide, actually, shall we play a game of football? Let's do a game of football. And we all stayed in the dressing room and we came out 10 minutes later to find it 1-1.
Yeah.
We just...
And then you're under the cosh then,
Yeah,
aren't you?
yet again.
The home fans have got their backs up. And
Yeah, yet again, we come out for the second half and we're just 3 paces behind everything.
Yeah.
And it unfortunately is becoming a recurring theme, really.
Yeah.
And we almost didn't know how to get back on track again.
It's interesting, you make that point, and that it has recent memory. Albion happened at Albion, it happened at Ipswich. Away from home especially. It's been a problem this season. Now, obviously, we've just waxed lyrical about Gary Monk and the coaching staff, and I do think there is a sense of, when he speaks, the players listen, and he is a man that you would listen to when he is giving out instructions and things. But this half-time issue that we do come out sluggish, it seems quite basic that you're 1-0 up away from home at half-time. The home team are going to come out first 5 minutes and give you everything they've got.
Yeah.
To try and lift the crowd, little things like that. It's quite a basic thing. What do you think it is that we are getting caught out in these positions a bit too many times this season?
I think it's probably when we're in control of the game so much, like we were on Saturday. We were in control of that game, like you say. It was more like an academic.
It was almost. I almost felt bad for Ipswich.
Yeah. I thought it was
Which
going
is
to be
really arrogant to say.
another Wigan and a wall away, like them type of games where we
Yeah.
won quite easily and we
Yeah.
got the job done and just came home. And I think the players might have thought that at half time as well, possibly.
Yeah.
And maybe Paul Lambert said to them at half time, if we're going to go down, we'll go down with a fight.
Yeah, and they did.
And that probably woke their players up a bit, But he obviously said a few home truths to them and it worked. So credit to them. You have to give the opposition credit as well. But I think we could do a few things a bit differently. And if we could do that by closing men down and hunting them in packs when we haven't got the ball, that kind of thing. Like you said, the top two teams doing.
Yeah.
If we could bring that into our game and just stop giving away easy crosses and sort of easy goals like we're giving away at the moment in the last few games, I think we could really be a force next season. Now, whether that's down to the actual quality of the players we've got or the coaching, I'm not sure. I don't know.
I'll tell you what we could do with is a plan B.
Yeah.
We just don't have a plan B. We're either counter-attacking or, for the first time ever against Ipswich, we're throwing everything at it.
Yeah.
There was no plan B. But correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't both their centre-backs get a yellow card in the first half?
Yeah, I think they
So
did,
why aren't we throwing Vassell on and just charging at them? Just run them. Just
fight fire with fire.
Exactly. Force them to make a move they don't want to make. But we just didn't do that. I think, again, correct me if I'm wrong, didn't he only make 2 subs?
Yeah, I think he took off...
normally late as well, aren't they?
Yeah, always late. My one criticism of Monk is his substitutions are questionable, shall we say.
Yeah.
The most obvious one being the Middlesbrough game at home, where he took Kieftenbeld off for Vassell, and then they just said, Assombalonga, just go and do your thing.
Oh, yeah. They scored immediately.
And they scored immediately,
Yeah.
because we were under this false illusion that, Middlesbrough are soaking up all our pressure. No, Middlesbrough are sitting back going, come on then, bring it on. Then when we scored, they went, all right, we'll get one now. But there's no... The substitution was wrong. There's no plan B at times. For as much as I love Monk, and don't take this as criticism as Monk too much.
Headline tomorrow, Mark Watson wants Monk out.
Hashtag Monk out, I'm just saying. Let's get it done. Bring Zola back.
I mean, I would... I agree. I agree. Clearly, it was... that was a rash decision. That was a decision made. Maybe it was a decision made... at 1-0 down, and you think, okay, you've got to try and get something out of the game, bring your striker on. The fact we scored just before that, maybe if he'd have had, a minute, 30 seconds more to think about it, he wouldn't have made that decision. But I can't have a go at a manager wanting to win the game at home.
That's what I love about him. Yeah, he does do that.
I can't do that because if we'd have drawn 1-1 and he'd have bought another midfielder on for Duke, say, and everybody would have been screaming, you've Mr. Negative, like taking a point, sort of thing. So in that sort of way, you can't win as a manager. But just going back to conceding after half time, and you mentioned we had control of the game in the first half.
Yeah.
I wonder whether we do. This is something that I think our midfield in particular doesn't help. When you haven't got Kieftenbeld, if you've got Davis, Gary Gardner's played pretty well actually, and I think he's been a really good addition to the side.
Yeah, definitely.
But when you haven't got players who can put their foot on the ball and just take a bit of time, this is something I've wondered. And it's not Monk's fault, obviously, because he can't do a hell of a lot to the squad to change it. But whether we are actually a side that can ever say that we've got control of a game. Look at QPR, you're 4-0 up away from home and you nearly throw it away.
It's just banter.
Have you ever really, as Blues, with the players that you've got available to us, especially when Hotter's not on the pitch, who for me, we'll mention in a minute, is the player who could put his foot on the ball and try and has the confidence, if you like, to just have it for 5 seconds and see what's available to him. Sometimes that costs him in terms of giving the ball away a couple of times, but whether we have actually ever really got control of a football match, or whether teams do look at us and say, do you know what, we might be 2-0 down, but if we give this a really good go, we could get something out of this.
I think we look at us and think that.
Yeah.
Particularly like you say, the QPR game.
Yeah.
How can you possibly throw that away? We'll find a way.
Yeah. They score and you think, oh no,
here we go again.
Yeah.
Blues.
Yeah.
Same old Blues.
But the more it happens, the more the players are going to have that in their heads, isn't it? That you think, oh, not again. Please don't concede with 20 minutes to go because we'll be right under the cosh then.
So could you suggest that we perhaps need a more morale-boosting captain? Or a stronger captain on the pitch? I like Morrison as a captain, but maybe we need more of a calmer head on the pitch at the time to say, lads, we're still 4-1 against QPR.
Yeah.
Let's not concede. Okay, lads,
so
it's 4-2 now.
Time, wasn't it? 4-1. It was at half time. And then I think that was another one where they scored after about 5 minutes of the second half as well, wasn't it?
And then suddenly the game was changed.
Yeah, of
Pretend
course.
I'm not here.
Okay, we'll carry on. But yeah, so that is a sense.
Am I being washed out? It's my ginger hair, that is, mate. I'm pale, I'm pasty. I'm burning under these lights.
Oh, that's better. That's better.
But maybe Davis has come back in, and it's tough for him. It's tough to batter him completely when you know what he's been through this season. But he isn't the man you'd want in possession of a football at the moment, is he? Especially when you like you say, you are under pressure a little bit. But considering all of this, without a points deduction, we'd be comfortably mid-table. Which you have to, again, that's another reason to credit everybody at the club.
All this is almost negative for the sake of having talking points, shall we say.
Yeah.
Because
I think it's things to think about for the summer.
It's discussions that are worth having. Yeah, definitely.
I genuinely think we're only 3 or 4, maybe, 3 or 4 players off a team that can challenge for
definitely. I agree,
Yeah. But, and you mentioned the substitutions. I think that's another thing that Monk has come in. He clearly knows who he trusts and who he doesn't trust. Now, he trusts 3 of the 4 wide men. I'm not sure he trusts Marabti to start week in, week out. I think if he had to start Hotter week in, week out, he'd be happy to. He trusts Montgomery, he trusts Mahoney, he trusts Hotter, he trusts the front 2, he trusts the back 4. And that's why it very rarely changes. Because these are the guys he trusts to dig in and fight for 90 minutes. And if he has to change it with 10 minutes to go because someone's tiring, then he'll do it. But actually, until you've run yourself into the ground, I trust you to stay out there and give everything, because you have all season.
He hasn't had a lot else, though, has he, to choose from?
No,
that's the thing,
course, it's a small squad anyway.
Yeah.
And a couple of people have come in. Isaac has struggled.
Yeah.
When he has been given a chance. Again, another one who's been out for so long, it's difficult to batter him.
And Solomon Otterball, he had his chance.
Yeah.
And he scored against Norwich, didn't he?
Yeah, on the opening day. Yeah.
I'm trying to think
Bogle,
the last time I've seen. Yeah, Bogle
had more than enough chances off the bench. and didn't. So he's looking at the front two, saying, "Listen, you've got to go week in, week out because I've got nothing else."
Yeah, exactly. So he's done remarkable, really, with what he's had, to be honest.
Yeah. It as I say, it's negative almost for the sake of being negative. Let's not get this twisted. We've had a phenomenal season.
Most of the season, we've gone with a flat 4-4-2, haven't we? And he did try that diamond with Hotterby on the front two. And I really enjoyed watching that as well. I thought we played much better football on the front foot. Yeah. We were dominating games when we were playing it, especially the first half at QPR. We were incredible. Yeah. But obviously there is always the danger that
you've got the second half.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is probably why he didn't stick it out very long. Yeah.
No, it's but we have played some nice football. It's been the best footballing season we've had since probably Chris Hughton was here, isn't it?
Yeah.
The most enjoyable to watch.
It's been the most enjoyable season because not only have we seen Blues play well, we all love a bit of a relegation scrap, and we get that as well. So it's the best of both worlds this season.
Yeah.
This season epitomises being a Blues fan.
It's funny, really, isn't it?
Do as well as you would in fight relegation.
We have now been given the chance to gain a bit of momentum for next season, whereas if we hadn't have been deducted points, as stupid as it sounds, we'd have just tapered away.
Probably been on the beach.
Table. Nobody gives it. Ipswich.
Yeah.
A game where nobody really would have cared, but actually they both do sort of thing because we've still got a little bit to play for.
Who wants a stress-free May?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but you joke about it. Those teams who do that. So you look at your Brentfords. Who else is in that category at the moment? Brentford, possibly Swansea.
Yeah,
Stoke. Those sides have got to fight their own momentum. For next season, because if they don't, then they start next season poorly. It happens quite a lot. Whereas actually now we've been given a chance to say, actually, you're not 100% safe yet, so you might need some momentum going into next season.
That is the best attempt at putting a positive spin on a relegation battle I've ever heard, Chris.
I'd like to be fair, if we're not getting playoffs, I'd like 9-point deduction every season.
Do it.
Just to give us a bit to.
You heard it here first.
I'll snap your hand off to have it now, though, instead of starting next season on -9.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, definitely.
You can look at it that way as well. At least now we can draw a line under it and look into the summer and move on. Yeah.
I might eat my words, but I celebrated that 9-point deduction because it could have been so much worse, and it could have been next season, and they could have slapped us with an embargo. Yeah, exactly.
Anything less than that, and you take.
Yeah.
But it was the fact that it's come out recently that it's not exactly a clean slate.
Yeah, I just hope they've learned from it.
Yeah,
that's the main thing you want, isn't it? You don't want it to happen again.
Yeah.
That's the only thing.
Yeah, I think teams still will be tempted to play money into it though.
So take a gamble,
because,
try and get
if you do, look at the rewards. So exactly, if you obviously money can't buy you, doesn't guarantee you anything. We spent a truckload of money on it and survived on the last day, which is just so Blues. But if you can do it, if you can do a Wolves, then that promised land is there.
Get all the way to semi-final, and then Troy Deeney can put you out.
Yeah, exactly.
Who got relegated from the Prem last season? It was Stoke,
Swansea, and Albion.
So it just shows you there's only Albion with any chance of promotion. It just shows you how hard this division is.
Oh yeah,
how hard it is to get out.
If you haven't got your mindset right.
I mean, not many clubs go down from the Prem and straight back up the next season.
No, I don't think it is, man.
No. So be interesting to see what happens.
It's a massively underestimated league.
It's
the fact that the Premier League is claimed to be the best league in the world is laughable. Championship is. Anyone can beat anyone on any day.
I agree.
It's non-stop action.
As
much as football can.
I think I'd rather watch Leeds Forest than Burnley against Bournemouth.
Say that again.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Without a shadow of a doubt.
Or Burnley against Cardiff, or
just Burnley.
Cardiff, Burnley.
And you get off.
I hope Burnley.
But Adam Wilkes has commented a lot of times this season. Half time has come at the wrong time for us, with momentum lost and concentration needs to be rebuilt for when we come out for the second half. And that is
a very good point.
It is that. So on these occasions we're talking about, we have actually been playing well in that first half, and that 15 minutes not only allows the other team to, like you say, for the gaffer to give them what for or whatnot. But
what was his name? Adam, you say?
Yeah.
That's spot on, Adam. There's been very, very few times this season I've thought, I wish it was half time. Come on. I just think, let's not have a break. We're on a roll here.
Yes.
Yeah. He's right.
Don't give him too much praise.
I'll tell you what, Adam, that's a stupid point.
Yeah,
Is that
don't
better?
give him too much praise.
Block him. Yeah.
I just want more followers on Twitter, that's all. I just want friends.
Well, one thing for me that should never happen is people going to a football match and not coming home. And 30 years ago today was Hillsborough, so just want to obviously, send out RIP to all the people that we lost that day. The 96 fans that died, unfortunately, that day. Very sad.
I can't believe it's 30 years.
I know, yeah.
Wow.
I know.
Okay.
Yes, football's come a long way since then. Thankfully the likelihood of it happening again is, with the modern day stadiums and stuff is unlikely. But it's quite a sobering
and that's
thought,
another
really,
discussion another day, isn't it?
Yeah.
Regarding seats and
absolutely,
stuff.
yeah.
Haven't they threatened to ban Tottenham fans for standing in the new ground?
Yeah, I have seen that. Yeah.
Modern football.
Well, they have got plans, or they're
They're going to ban them.
I think they've written to a couple of fans, a few fans who are persistently standing.
It's
only been open like 2 games, and they're already threatening people who are for standing up.
How British is that?
Why wouldn't you go for safe standing?
I would.
Yeah, I would. I would as well. Especially if you're going to build a new stadium, then why not build it with safe standing? So you got the best of both worlds. If you want to sit down, you can see. If you want to stand up, you can.
Yeah.
And you're not bothering anybody.
Yeah. In the perfect world, in the perfect society, I would agree with you, and I'd probably find myself in there.
But
the first person that gets injured, you're banging short. You've got no leg to stand unless you say when that person buys a ticket for safe standing that if you the club is not liable to any injury you may suffer in a melee or whatever. As stupid as it sounds, it only takes one, and that's safe standing gone then for another 10 years because everybody's got to rewrite legislation and safety laws and things like that.
It's not that big a drop, is it? From one row to the next.
No, unless you've got the barrier, sort of thing. If someone's going over a barrier, but it's like I said, in an ideal world, it'd be brilliant. I think it's women's football, but it's a men's ground. Orlando, their stadium, I think the one stand behind the goal is completely standing only sort of thing, and it makes for quite a good scene actually when that stand is full. But I don't know how they do their say standing laws and things like that. But like I said, it would only take one, who gets hurt and a family say, oh, fancy having safe standing after what happened at Hillsborough and stuff like that. And you're fighting so much. I think football fans in general have to fight for a lot. With football fans.
Yeah.
Away football fans, they're not the most liked people in society, and I think if something happened, you're obviously not on a scale of Hillsborough. Like I said, you can't see that happening again.
No.
But in a safe standing environment, one person, like I say, I think it would only take one, and someone to complain, and you're fighting it again. But like I said, I'm not against it. I'm not against the idea, but I just have my worries if something was to happen.
Steve said Nick Spall is looking a lot younger. Why is he on the left though?
On the
better looking as well.
Yeah.
More charming.
Yeah.
Better looking. Fatter.
There's usually a TV there.
Be better than me.
And apologies for the stream going down again. It seems to go down at the same time every week and then comes back on. But so we've got 2 parts again this week, which makes it more exciting, really.
Always. I love a 2-parter. Keep the people in.
Kevin Finch, it's called safe standing for a reason.
Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah, and if you can make
Stand
it 100%
safely and
safe, and things don't go off, then. But
I'll tell you the problem you'll have is look at the World Cup when it suddenly became cool for everyone to throw beer in the air because people are morons. No offence if you did it, but people are morons. For a start, then beers are bloody expensive, you morons. How long before these limbs, as they say, find their way onto safe standing? And this might be a bit boring and old of me to say, but before all the kids think, oh, this will be a laugh. Let's crowd surf.
Yeah.
And that's the end of safe standing. That's the problem. Safe standing is fine as long as we all stand.
Yeah.
The thing
nicely.
is that even without the safe standing, just all seated only, people still stand up anyway.
I would say it's potentially
Yeah.
more dangerous with the seats, but I don't necessarily think the safe standing
Especially
is.
I don't think I've ever been to an away game and sat down.
No.
The whole, you know, you just stand up for the whole game when you go to away games.
Years and years.
Yeah.
And the stewards tell you to sit down, and
yeah.
they get told where to go. But yeah, like I say again, brilliant idea in principle, and if everybody, throw yourselves about all you want, but like you say, the first injury, the first cup of tea that gets thrown, and landing on an old woman who gets burns.
The Daily Mail already have that headline waiting.
Exactly.
They're just waiting to
That's
press print.
That's my point about football fans. That newspapers, the media in general, the government, politicians, they are just waiting for something to happen to batter football fans and to try and curb us as much as possible. So no, nothing against it in principle, but
No.
yeah. Pete Taylor has given us some news which I saw today. A little part of me died inside today. Czech Ndoye. I don't know if any of you remember Czech Ndoye.
Unfortunately.
He has been ruled out for the rest of the season with an ACL injury.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
That is a shame. That's genuinely a shame. I don't mean that sarcastic.
Sounds a bit sarcastic.
It wasn't sarcastic in any way.
That's a shame. Get him.
33 years old, and with only 3 months left on his Blues contract, we might just have seen the last of Czech Ndoye.
Oh no.
In a Blues shirt. So I'd just like to take this opportunity to say thank you, Czech, for everything you did
For the photo.
for Birmingham City.
Thank you for the photo.
Thank you for the photo outside.
I tell you what, there was a game, I forget who it was against, but obviously Cottrell was in charge and they were all walking off, and I was sitting not too far from the tunnel and they were getting dogs abuse. They were really, the players were getting it pelted on, and you could tell Czech Ndoye has never really experienced that before, and as he was walking past us all, you could see in his face he looked so heartbroken about it. I almost went up and gave him a cuddle. I was like, lads, just leave him. He's had enough. Leave him.
Yeah.
He's already dead.
Yeah, he's just let him die. Like Craig Gardner, I think it was, had his arm round him, like, more like that.
Yeah.
And he looked genuinely gutted. I thought, I feel so sorry for. I mean, you are crap, but I feel so bad for you. Mate. It's not your fault you're crap. You don't know, but
yeah,
I felt bad.
Yeah,
but yeah, he's crap.
So yeah, that was just an interesting bit of news today.
I think my best memory of him was at Bolton last season. That was his best.
But that's the only memory I have.
The only memory I've got
I
of
don't
him.
want to strangle him.
No, yeah.
To be fair.
Yeah.
So
He was such a poor player with the ball, wasn't he, to his feet? Jeez.
yes,
With it, without
yes,
it.
he was.
I can't
He
believe
was
how bad he
awful.
actually. It was like actually having, it was like actually playing a goalkeeper outfield.
Yeah. It was the triangles people used to pass around him in triangles, and it'd take him 30 seconds to realise it happened. But yeah.
Thank God we got Davis instead.
You could imagine like if David James played centre mid.
He actually did the ones, didn't he?
You got front, didn't he?
Yeah, he chucked him on up front, I think. Yeah, Stuart Pearce that was, wasn't it? Yeah, he had a striker on the bench, but brought a defender on and put David James up front, which was very interesting. Yes.
Just let you know, we won't be doing a shares this week. We'll do a double. Not next week because we're not here next week.
Yeah.
The week after.
Okay.
But
Will it be a treble?
No, it'll be a double, won't it?
Yeah.
It'll be a treble. No, it'll be a double.
Be a double.
It'll be a double, yeah. But we will be doing 2 3-word reviews today.
Oh,
There you go.
that's exciting.
So excited. I'm so excited.
I wanted to ask as well, just for fun.
Yes.
The last few managers we've had that have had a reasonable amount of time in the job, that have sort of signed a few players.
Yeah.
Let's say from sort of Bruce, McLeish, Clark, and Rowett. Let's say
Bruce McLeish, Clark Rowett. Okay. Yeah.
who were their best individual signings. So they've you could pick one signing made by those 4 managers.
That's a tough one.
So that's to have you as well.
Yeah.
Rowett's best signing.
Chai.
Yeah,
It has to be Chai purely, straight off the top of my head.
Yeah.
I'd say Morrison because it was a freebie.
Morrison, Clifton-Bald.
Yeah. He's given us good service.
Yeah.
But to pick up, if you pick up a striker for a couple of million and you sell him for potentially 10 times that amount, then you've done pretty well there, I think.
Yeah.
At any level of football.
Yeah.
Bruce. Again, looking back to that first season, Dugarry was an inspirational.
Yeah.
Matt Upson was really important at that point as well.
He was excellent.
Who else were we saying? McLeish.
Barry Ferguson, maybe, or
yeah, possibly. Yeah, did Bowyer come in under McLeish as well? I think that midfield too was
Roger Johnson, Scott Dan.
Dan was impressive as well. Yeah, there's a couple for people to think of.
About Clark.
Did he make one?
Ravel
Morrison.
Robbo did well for us, didn't he?
Ravel Morrison. Because for like 3 months we saw 10% of what Ravel Morrison could actually be, and even that was so much better than anything we'd seen for a hell of a long time.
Cadiz?
Possibly just for that moment alone. Yeah.
Randolph was a good keeper, I thought.
Yeah, still is.
I'd love him back now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talking to keepers, sorry to change the subject, would you go after Ipswich's keeper after they go down?
That's interesting.
I don't know much about him, to be honest.
We were supposed to be after him last summer, weren't we? Bielkowski.
Bielkowski.
Yeah. But I think there were a lot of rumours that we were going in for him.
Apparently there's a few people interested.
Last summer, when we couldn't actually buy anybody, but we just kept going for him anyway because we didn't actually realise that we were. I don't think anybody really understood that somebody had told us no.
Alan Minnitt says Lee Bowyer was Bruce. He wasn't. It was McLeish.
Oh, Bowyer was after Bruce. Surely.
Yeah, it was McLeish.
Yeah,
Alex
I'd
McLeish.
have said so. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you're enjoying these guys, then go back further. Say Francis and Fry as well. We'll do. Back to Trevor Francis' best signing.
Who was Ricky Otto? Was that Barry Fry?
Yeah, probably would have been, yeah. Which of Barry Fry's 811 signings was his?
Jose Dominguez.
AJ was Bruce.
He came from the academy.
Academy? He was there under 10.
Yeah.
AJ was under
and then Bruce sold him for Clinton Morrison.
Yeah. I think for me, Stan Lazaridis was probably Trevor's best signing.
Yeah.
It was good,
Brian Hughes as well was quality. And,
genius,
you know,
who brought Devlin back? Did Francis bring Devlin
Bruce
back?
brought Devlin back.
Did I?
Barry Fry brought Devlin in first time.
And
then Francis sold him and Bruce brought him back. I think Barry Fry's best signing was, in my opinion, was probably Granger or maybe...
I'd say Jose.
Yeah?
Yeah, maybe.
Again, he's another one who clearly had the potential.
Quality, yeah.
Which didn't have him for long enough. And, he
Liam
obviously
Daesh.
wasn't particularly settled.
Liam
Yeah,
Daesh.
basically, yeah.
The important... And here's another thing as well. We might go on to Hotter. Somebody mentioned Hotter. I know there's been a few people on the Facebook page who have been having a bit of a pop at Hotter over the course of the season, really.
They have, yeah.
Here's a really important thing to remember, right? If you've got someone like Hotter, if you've got that much technical ability, right? If you can match that technical ability with the commitment and endeavour and, and the fight and goals and everything else, if you can match all of that together, I've got just an important thing to know. You're not playing for Blues in the Championship.
No, you're Cristiano Ronaldo.
You're in the Premier League or you're playing in Spain.
Yeah.
Right, so when you've got somebody with decent technical ability at Blues in the Championship, there is going to be a reason why he's at Blues in the Championship and not at a Champions League club. Do you know what I mean? And I think you have to remember that is our level. Yeah, exactly. You're asking Hotter to do what Adams does, if you had that, you're not at Blues.
Yeah.
You're a £40 million player.
Yeah.
If you're combining his technical ability with 20 goals a season, it's just not feasible to have that at Blues.
So if you want to move on to Jota, what's your opinion of him first before I ask further questions?
No, ask any question you want. I think he's the guy. He's the guy with the most technical ability in the squad.
I agree with that.
And I think he's the guy. If you wanted the ball to drop to anybody in the opposition half at any stage of the game, I'd want him to be on it because he can do things that nobody else can.
But would you say if it's well into our team currently? Would you see him, not to compare him to Letizia, but would you compare him with Letizia for England, where he wasn't picked because he was a luxury player? Is Jota our luxury player who, had we a squad built around him, would be fantastic? But unfortunately, they're on different pages at times.
I think I said before we came on air, he's got one assist less than that guy up the road. Number 10 for them up the road, yeah. He's got one less assist than him this season. You know, he's got 9 assists so far this season. That's not bad, really, for a player that's getting a lot of criticism.
Yeah.
He's not going to roll his sleeves up and get stuck in on a freezing cold night away at Millwall. He's not that kind of player.
And unfortunately,
I know that's what Blues are about.
I'm not
not
having a pop at Blues fans here because this is what.
No, it's all about opinions.
A foundation of Blues is that you'll be gritty and
that's what we're about. That's what the club's all about.
We love players that beat the badge and get stuck in and things like that. But actually, we appreciate the other side of it as well. Do you know what I mean? So when Hutter comes on against Sheffield United and within 2 minutes keeps the ball in on the left hand, keeps the ball in on the touchline, dances inside and feeds Che to have a first time shot. Actually appreciate that as well.
That's what he does,
rather than at some point where he's got his head up and he's on the ball and he's looking for something to happen in front of him, but unfortunately he's got Davis and Djukovic, so the chances of him feeding a through ball are unlikely, and he gets caught in possession and everybody's battering him because he's getting stuck in and he's not winning tackles.
I think the problem is when Monk first came in last season, he was playing so well. Them last 11 games, in the majority of them, he was awesome. Especially, do you remember Hull at home?
Yeah. He got two goals.
He got two goals that day.
He
was just brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Fulham last game, he was got one assist, and I think he's just been brilliant. And then maybe the first sort of half a dozen games this season, he kind of reached those heights again, and then he kind of faded a bit.
Albion at home, I think he was.
Albion at home, Swansea at home.
Got a goal.
He got man of the match,
but he was excellent.
I think we were on Sky quite a bit early in the season, and he got man of the match. I think at least 2 or 3 times when he was live on from the Sky pundits.
Yeah.
So he's clearly got ability, but I think if you could put Hutter and Magoma together, you'd have a hell of a play, Because Magoma does track back.
Yeah.
But he's nowhere near as good as Hutter creatively.
No, of course not.
And
it depends which way you want to look at it.
He's the opposite. He's the opposite to Magoma, and he's creative.
What good?
Controversial.
Honest. I would say Jota is best when he's playing with Max. I think Max is I would say he's most underrated, but I think recently people have come to know him as the French prince that he is, the owner of my heart and the keeper of my passions. Max's link up with Jota is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Their overlap play is phenomenal.
Yeah.
I think when Jota isn't in front of Max, he's a shadow of the player.
Do you think when he was at number 10, he'd be on the front too?
He was better in that position, but I don't think he's half as good as when Max is backing him up. But those two, you can tell they play together.
Oh yeah, you can see that there's...
The chemistry is bang on. And when Harding has replaced Max on rare occasions, it's just not there.
Yeah.
He's trying to do the same, but he just doesn't get it. And I think whether Jota feels more confident with Colin, or whether Colin makes him a better player, I don't know. But for me, Jota is not a £6 million record signing, which Chris is smiling at me, which says, "Mark, shut up, you're a moron."
No, I would never say that.
He's not playing the way I would expect our record signing to be playing, especially when you've got players who cost a lot less, performing a lot more.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
But who's as good as Hutter creatively? Who else in the squad is as good as
I don't
Hutter?
think there is.
Who can pick that pass to unlock a defence as good as Hutter in the squad?
I would argue
Who else?
Gary Gardner at the moment.
Really?
He's not going to dazzle round players.
Yeah.
No.
I think he stops, looks up and picks up.
Oh no, he's good with the ball, but I don't think he's quite as...
I think Jota has a tendency, a bit like Boga last year, to run past the player, turn round, beat him again, turn round, beat him again, turn round, beat him again.
Yeah.
And he just doesn't look up and put that ball in as often enough as I would like him to.
It didn't help.
I think for his money, we could get someone better.
It didn't help, but I think it was Sheffield United. And Mahoney started, and Mahoney's set pieces have got better and better as the season's gone on. Yeah. And he really whips that ball in. And obviously, Hutter came on, and the first thing he did was that bit down the touchline, cut inside and fed Che. But then I think from the following corner, he hit the first man, and that doesn't help. You know, when he can improve his set pieces, especially his corners and things like that.
Yeah.
But
he's better than Craig Gardner at it. I'll give him that.
Yeah, yeah.
My little sister's better than Craig Gardner.
Yeah,
at it.
exactly. Yeah. Yes.
I'll just read a couple of comments. Just a bit.
Of course.
I've read a few.
We're not reading many.
Okay,
out.
so I love ticky-tacky football myself, says Ray BCFC. There we go. Lucy says the problem with Joshua is he's not consistent enough.
Agreed.
No, I agree with that.
Pete Taylor says Craig Gardner, he's hands down the best passer of a football that we have.
Sorry?
9 years
Who said
ago.
that?
There you go. Your friend, Pete Taylor.
No. I'm sorry, Pete, but I cannot agree with you one iota there.
I do remember that pass he did at their place for Shay Adams when he hit the post. Remember that pass?
Oh yeah. I do remember that.
That was a delightful ball.
Maybe when you're remembering one pass.
I was going to say that one pass.
That's
one pass.
That's a sign of the rest of his.
That was proof of what he can do. You know?
Yeah.
He'll be round the fire with his grandkids one day. I did this pass once. Oh,
One of Blackburn.
2018.
they talked about it on Tilton Talk Show.
Blackburn away. Lovely ball through to Djukovic, and then
For
he
the
squared it
second
into
goal.
Adams.
Yeah. Okay.
So he has got that. You know, he has got an eye for a pass.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's the best passer of the ball we got at the club, but he has got an eye for a ball.
You're trying to get him a new contract. No, and I think was it Lucy who said Hutter's consistency levels?
Yeah.
Again, if he was putting in consistent performances, top quality performances, he would not be playing for Blues. And when you think you said he's best when he links up with Max, when he's got Max behind him. Now I think Brentford are a side that really underachieve every season. Because actually, you look at the technical ability that side have got. Every time they come to us, I watch them and I think, my God, these are outstanding. They move and they spread the ball about as easy as anybody you see in the Championship. And actually, when you've got a side where everybody can do that, someone like Hutter looks sensational. So when you've got Hutter and he looks up and he thinks, I've got Adams running inside, Adams running down the line, I could use him. I look inside and I've got the options that I've got. I could go long for Dukey. You know, he hasn't got the same options that he has in that Brentford side where he did look a £6 million player.
Which is why I would say, in fact, I'm on Birmingham Fan TV podcast once a week. Don't know if you know or can.
James and Emily.
With James and Emily. But anyway, James made a good point on that. Jota might not be the player we need now, but next season when Monk can buy some like-minded players,
very good point.
Perhaps he'll absolutely come on fire next season.
I remember listening to that point.
I don't think we've seen the best of him yet at all.
No.
I do think he's got more in his locker.
We see glimpses, yeah.
I do have to wonder why. You know, he scored 12 goals at Brentford in a season, and you know he hasn't quite managed to do that here yet. But he's only been here. How long's he been here now? Just over a year.
This is his second full season, isn't it?
And don't forget, somebody's pointed out that Monk inherited him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I think Monk wanted him when he was at Borough.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, apparently.
and Redknapp got in ahead of him. I think.
Yeah.
You know, and you think the poor bloke's had 8 months working under Steve Cottrell. So
yeah, exactly.
It's got to take a while.
He might still be getting over it
for somebody with that technical ability to have to sit there on the bench and watch Sam Gallagher play in your position. That's got to take some time to get over that.
I've not just got over it as a season ticket holder, so imagine how the players must feel having to,
it's not really a confidence boost, is it?
Exactly, yeah.
Kevin says, good call, Mr. Pugh. Let him try to be consistent elsewhere and let's get our £6 million back.
No, I didn't say that.
And by Gary Gardner
That's not what I said. Hang on.
Conor Mahoney.
No, I do think, people were saying some similar things about Shay Adams.
Yeah, me. I was saying it.
Mark, yeah, exactly.
You know, so let's be a bit more patient with him and see if we can, give him one more season after this season and see if we can get more out of him.
If you can keep Gary Gardner and bring in a ball player alongside him.
Yeah.
You know, and
he's had Czech Endoy as that player as well, don't forget, during his time here.
Come on! He's cutting in on the right-hand side, looking in field, and there's Endoy striding alongside him. He's going to give it him, is he? But I think that is a really good point. Playing alongside different players, if Monk can bring in the kind of players that will get the best out of someone like Hotter.
Yeah.
You know, and you could throw the consistency thing at anybody. Magoma, at times Magoma looks like he's a world beat. You know, he's bombing forward. He created the goal against Leeds, and you think, my God, there's a guy who can cut inside, you know, with a bit of pace and find a pass, and then at 80 other minutes, you know, he's running into blind alleys, and you think he couldnn't take Ndoye on like something. But
I question the word world beater.
yeah, fair point.
I do think for what he's cost Magoma, he has done well for us. You know, you can't really for nothing.
Monk trusts him more than any of the wide men, which is why, you know, he takes Hotter off and brings Mahoney on, or he takes Mahoney off and brings Hotter on, and he keeps Magoma on, because especially on that left hand side, you know, we'll go back to the Ipswich game. I think Pedersen was probably at fault there. You know, he's let his man come across him, and yeah, similar to Albion, he lost a bit of concentration. But so he wants Magoma as much as possible to help out Pedersen, who is still learning his trade as a left back, not only as a left back, but a left back in a really tough division in the Championship.
The Ipswich guy who put the cross in though for the goal. Who was the guy who closed him down? Was it Colin? I think it was Colin, weren't it? It was out wide.
Don't upset Mark.
Don't you say anything about my maths. I'm watching you, pal.
Yeah.
I just think we need to stop giving people cheap shots at the penalty box, putting crosses in. We need to close them down quicker, a lot quicker. Yeah. That's all it is. Because you know the ball should never have got there, should it?
No, you're right. You know? I think you're right about the reason Magoma, not joking aside, stays on the pitch is because of his defensive work rate.
Yeah.
And that's what wins his position over the likes of, well, the others, should we say.
Yeah, but you do want to hurt, you know, I mean, like you say, now and again he'll do what he did against Leeds.
Yeah, every now and again.
He'll go on a run like that and you'll think, wow.
There's the player of the season from
that goal against Stoke he scored. That goal against Stoke he scored. I mean, he got outshone by Bogle's goal in the same game, but what a strike that was.
Yeah. Which is a similar position to what he did at Leeds. You know, he picks the ball up on the left.
Yeah.
And you think the amount of times he gets that ball on the left, and you think, go on then.
Yeah.
But he does it once in a blue moon. But when he does it, you remember it because he pulls out something like Stoke, or you know the pass inside to create the goal against Leeds. But.
Yeah.
A lot of people are talking about let's get rid of Otter, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Right.
The only other thing that we haven't mentioned that might sway things is his wage. He's on it. You know, he will be one of the ones on a big cut at that.
Yeah.
And if they think they can recoup a few million and get that off the wage bill and bring somebody else in, then maybe that
15 million for Shea.
Shay's gone.
How much?
I mean, it's more than that. It's more than that.
He's worth more than that.
It's more than that.
20 at least.
I'm sorry, it's more than that. But you know, he will. I'm convinced he'll go in the summer. He deserves to go in the summer. I'd be annoyed if he was at Blues for the first game of next season.
Would you?
For his sake?
I think
you're a young lad that has done You've blossomed so much, and you've given us a fantastic season. You know, this is a 10, 15 year career. You know, at the end of the day, go and make the most of it, son.
He'll be staring down the barrel of probably at least double the wages he's on.
Well,
at least.
And some,
You know, so he's you know, obviously he's going to get his head turned eventually. I would have thought. You know, the club
and any club in the Premier League, you know, would apart from the top six, you know, would look at someone like Adams as a real focal point as a striker. The way he's performed this season. Say his strength, his ability to hold the ball up, bring other players into the game. If you've got much better players around you as well, then I think, you know, I genuinely think he could get into every other club apart bar the top six.
That sort of goes back to what we said earlier. The better players you play with, the better you play yourself. And again, going back to Hotter, if we could bring a couple more quality ball playing midfielders in, then you might see more of Hotter. You know,
I firmly agree that you probably would.
Would you say that quality breeds confidence and confidence lets quality shine?
I've never heard that before. That's incredible.
Adrian says we don't need to sell Shea though. It would help with the rebuild of the squad.
Yeah.
If he's got any ambition about him, he won't stay.
Yeah.
without wanting to insult our own
If
team.
somebody like Everton wants him,
I think he'd fit in really well with Everton.
I mean,
how do you turn Everton down?
you can't.
Exactly.
You're not going
Blues
to.
player.
You're not going to.
You'd be insane. And like I said, you'd sort of be angry for him. You know.
Yeah. But
To turn that down, you'd be like, "What are you doing? Still here? Go!"
Yeah.
For me, as an England fan as well, I'd love to see him progress to that level. You know,
Before you get to Scotland call up.
Oh, God. But yeah, I think if he could progress to be in England, in the England squads as well, because we're not exactly blessed with loads of strikers, are we? For England, we've got Rashford and Kane. I can think of at the minute through the middle.
Yeah. I suppose as an
out centre forward,
9, if you like.
Yeah. So we're not blessed with many. So for me, if he's going to step up into the Prem next season and bang goals in there, he's going to be in with a shout of a call up.
Oh, it's difficult because they're in different divisions. But if Callum Wilson's getting England call ups, I certainly don't see any reason why Che couldn't.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yes. What is everybody else saying, Chris?
Okay. Well, I'll tell you as soon as I get back to that page. I've actually gone off here.
Ray says, what about Andre Gray from Watford if Che goes? Gray hasn't done much since he's been at Watford.
How about a trade between the two? Shea to Watford.
Gray to us.
Or Deeney to us.
Oh no!
Give it a rest.
The Deeney word.
Not the D word.
Oh no, he's doing good stuff at Watford still.
Nah,
you might see him down the Blues Wings about.
Gray, perhaps, though.
I think Gray's proven at Burnley that he can score goals in the Premier League. I think somebody will look at that and say,
do you know what I'd like?
Enough to stay in that division.
If Brighton stay up next season, I think they'll probably invest in a new striker because Glenn Murray's what now, 34, 35?
Yeah.
I'd like to see him with us next season. Glenn Murray. I think he could bang the goals in the Championship still. He's done well in the Premier League.
Like a Phillips type signing when we got Phillips.
Just for a season.
Yeah.
He might score the goals to get us up. If we could
his wages would be,
we could persuade him to step down to play, because I don't think he'll play regular at Brighton next season. He could be a good signing for us for just for a season.
They're not guaranteed survival yet, are they?
No, I think they will. I think Cardiff will go.
But, I think they play each other in the week. So.
Ironically, Deeney has just been sent off.
Has he?
No!
Yay.
Against Arsenal. The side he loves playing against, and he's got himself sent off.
He wanted to finish early to watch this.
Yeah. He heard Mark was guesting, so he did. On that.
Pete says, shoot me down if you like, but I don't get the hype about Mahoney. Controversial.
That's interesting.
Got ability. Young kid still learning his trade.
He's getting better.
Yeah, he's certainly better than what he was when he first started to appear for us. He's learning, and he's still, he's
I think
raw.
he looked like a little bit frightened at times.
His stamina as well. His stamina wasn't quite. He wasn't lasting full games, was he?
Of course, yeah.
So now he's actually playing full games.
He's working harder. He's learning his roles on a defensive and attacking sense better. Like I said, his set pieces recently have really been threatening. Whipping excellent crosses in.
Scored a couple, innit?
Yeah, I think. Like I said, I think he's developing as a player still. Like you say, he's still young.
What is he? 20? 20?
No,
I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't think he's over. Yeah.
Yeah. Still a young kid yet. He's still learning, but
my only criticism is he tends to take 2 or 3 more touches than he needs. Occasionally. And you've only got so much of the pitch before you've got to make a cross.
Yeah.
Once you hit the corner flag, you've probably gone a bit too far.
Yeah.
There's times you think, all right, cross it now.
Yeah.
Cross it now.
Yeah.
Connor, cross the ball. Connor, for the love of God. You might be gorgeous, but cross the ball.
I think the worst I saw for that was Jesper Gronk. He needed a written invitation to put a cross in. He had to beat a man 6 times before he even thought about crossing it.
Yeah.
And he was at the top level for us.
Yeah.
But he's another one, obviously he's only on loan from Bournemouth. I don't know what they'd be asking price-wise, if we looked at keeping him, but I don't think it'll be 5-6 million. I think they'll probably be looking at more than that for a young player still, who's, like you say, is still getting better. So
he's English, isn't he? Mahoney.
I believe so.
Yeah. I want to say he's
Conor Mahoney stinks Irish.
It does sound Irish.
But I think he is English. Yes, but so the prospects of keeping him, for long term are pretty low. If he's 8-9 million, are we really going to spend 8-9 million on someone?
Like you say, he's a young kid developing.
At a Premier League club, Premier League clubs don't need to sell their young players. Do you know what I mean? So
no.
Yes.
I have no idea where the time's going, but I better get this in. 3-word review. We'll do the first one for Ipswich, which is from Emma Humphreys. Not clinical enough.
Correct.
Yeah.
Fair assumption of the game.
Get in touch, Emma, for your prize. And Sheffield United goes to Warren Wazza Starling. Sharp's blade blunted.
Oh, love it.
He works for the Daily Mirror.
Oh, right. How does it go? Never mind.
Yes. Breck is Mahoney is
Get in
no
touch.
Breck Shay, says someone.
God, we've had some players, haven't we, in recent years? Jeez. Forgot all about him.
God,
Funnily enough, we didn't put him in the best signings category. Was that was that
Lee
right?
Clark.
Oh, was it
Lee
Clark?
Clark, he was.
Sums that
Where's
up.
Thomas? Where's Thomas was another one.
Yeah. Tyler Blackett. There's a few, isn't there, over the Clark.
Grant Hall. Was it Grant Hall, centre back?
Alan Minnitt makes a good point. If it was left to our supporters, we would have another wage bill of some 200 million, like Man United. That is a point. Sometimes you have to remember where you are and the level that you are looking at bringing players in.
It's the same with the goalkeeper, isn't it? You know, we've been sport with top goalkeepers.
Absolutely,
really.
yeah.
You know, for our level, we've
great
always had
goalkeepers.
we've always had good goalkeepers.
Yeah, all through the years.
Yeah. But unfortunately, not quite as good now as what we've seen before.
Yeah, that's a fair. That's
Well,
a fair
Stockdale was
comment.
okay, wasn't he?
Say again.
That's a fair comment.
What was that? Sorry,
Stockdale, he was all right there.
Stockdale.
Yeah, he was all right.
I think he was okay when Monk came in. He was better than what he was before Monk came in, like the rest of them. In the last 11 games, he played a lot better than what he did before.
What was a vacant expression?
I don't recall him making mistakes under Monk.
No.
I'm remaining silent so as to not be controversial. I
think we're currently playing our best goalkeeper available to us.
I
Which
think
is all I will say about
Well, the lock Stockdale up then.
I think
So would.
if we go back to what we were talking about earlier with morale and atmosphere around the place, I think we have the best goalkeeper at the moment.
Yeah.
I think it's no coincidence that some players have gone out on loan and some players have been frozen out.
Yeah.
And the morale has improved.
Yeah,
Make,
no, I agree.
Make of that
Yeah.
what you will.
Well said.
Well, I'll say I agree.
Well
I
said,
don't know.
that
We
man.
don't know that for a fact, do we? But, you know, I can see what
It's,
you're
do you
saying
know what?
about...
It's written in front of you.
Yeah.
You know, it's there for everybody to see. You know, I think he's well liked within the squad.
Yeah. No, you can see
That might just be that he isn't David Stockdale. You know, and that they could have bought Harold Shipman in goal, and he'd have been
Safe hands though.
he'd have been well liked within the squad. But yeah, the point is, everything that the majority of the supporters have loved this season, in terms of the players fighting for the club, you know, really digging in and grinding out results, and you know, looking really together as a unit. I think Mark's point that just look at the players that aren't there now, and look at the players that have stayed, and try and figure out.
Do you think Grounds sits in that category as well then? Do you not think Grounds was...
Oh, you'll upset Mark again.
I do like Grounds. No, I kind of don't know what I can and can't say. I'll just leave it at that. I mean, for my own, like... Didn't someone close to Grounds have lots of arguments on social media with fans?
Yes,
I believe.
Right.
And didn't that cause quite a stir behind the scenes? I believe.
I don't know whether it
Correct
did,
me
but
if I'm wrong.
there was.
So if you
There
want
was a representative of the Grounds Association who did like to argue back with people. Yeah.
yes. So if
If you have a look at somebody else's Twitter account, maybe a current goalkeeping employee of Birmingham City who also likes to argue back on Twitter with BCFC fans, then maybe that's where you start looking and you start thinking morale was dog awful under Redknapp and Cottrell. Monk comes in, we survive. Some players stay, some players don't. The side looks unbelievably, you know, on a different
World's
level,
difference.
united, you know, in a tight-knit squad.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's all you have to say.
Yeah. One thing I must say about Camp is his kicking is very good. His kicking, his distribution is good.
Yeah.
His distribution is good.
I think, let's be honest, Camp is no
Mike Taylor.
Keeper?
Mike Taylor, goalkeeper, professional footballer.
Stockdale?
No, Camp is no De Gea, is he? Let's be honest.
No.
No.
But
But who is,
wow.
If we had to go, he would be it. So,
To pin all the blame on him is
No, I'm not
naive
pinning-
to a
no.
fault. Not saying you, just
No.
fans
Yeah,
in general.
yeah.
Is naive to a fault because that ball gets past 10 blokes before it hits him.
I agree.
And Camp wasn't switched off necessarily, solely switched off at half time in the
No.
Ipswich game.
yeah.
There were 11 blokes all switched off at
Yeah.
half time.
Yeah.
Shea can have 10 shots in a game, miss every single one, no one says a word. Camp lets one goal in, is the worst player on the pitch.
That's the problem when you're playing goal. You make a mistake, it's a goal.
You're
It's never
highlighted.
forgotten.
Especially when fans have already made their mind upon you. So,
Exactly.
Yeah.
and it didn't help the fact that as soon as he signed, you looked, everybody, it's, with
Sunderland
social media
fans
now,
and-
you type Lee Camp, Sunderland, because that's who he last played for, and you see all these Sunderland fans going, ha, what's it, bad luck Blues,
but the problem
another
is-
relegation for you, what an awful keeper. And your mind's already made up.
But they also decided to release a documentary, didn't they, about every single game inside the
Yeah,
outside the
yeah,
dressing
yeah.
room. So
You don't
that
see-
probably didn't do many favours, did it? How many of our fans watched that?
Yeah.
You
I
don't
haven't
see-
seen it, by the way, but I don't know who.
Oh, it's really good.
Yeah,
Is
It's really good,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's entertaining.
You don't see many people pointing out that Camp won Player of the Season.
Yeah.
A few years.
Rotherham.
Yeah.
Not many people have said that, but they all point out the Sunderland.
Yeah.
And let's be honest,
but-
Rotherham aren't amazing, but
But Rotherham's player of the season is in goalkeepers. He's a level like lower than where we've used to, isn't it? With goalkeepers, do you know what I'm saying? We had Brighton. Stockdale was in the team of the season, wasn't he, the season before? He was Brighton's. He was best goalkeeper in the division.
Was he?
Well,
Or
he was
the
voted.
goalkeeper for the
A
best
team
side
that
in the division, which often leads to best goalkeeper in the division. I can't say I've taken the greatest amount of interest in David Stockdale's career to notice whether he's been exceptional or not for the vast majority of his career.
No, I haven't either.
All I can talk about is his performances for Blues. And last season, you'll be struggling to find as many howlers that Camp has made more than Stockdale made last season.
I concur.
Sheffield United at home, which springs to my mind because
Duffy's goal. Is that
we
Duffy's
recently played Sheffield United and they put last season's highlights up where we beat them 2-1. But Duffy's goal in the first half, he scuffs absolute dribbler into the bottom corner and it takes Stockdale 3/4 of an hour to get down to his bottom corner.
Again, it's easy to blame the keeper. It's very, very easy to blame the keeper. But to say that Stockdale is worlds ahead of Camp, I think is daft.
I think it's factually incorrect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody's entitled to their
Yeah.
opinion.
We haven't even mentioned Thomas Kuszczak. You know, he's hasn't been a bad goalkeeper for us overall since he's been here when he's played.
Yeah. But
You know, he's still on our books.
is it all about goalkeeping, or is it about squad morale?
Well, who knows what goes on behind the scenes, but, you know, we've certainly had good goalkeepers over the years I've been going down there.
Yeah.
And Camp certainly doesn't sit in that ilk, that's for
He's
sure.
no Joe Hart.
No.
Season 2009-2010.
But even then, Joe Hart made a couple of mistakes early in that season.
Early on.
You know, Foster made mistakes.
Yeah.
Even Mike Taylor made mistakes.
Yeah.
But overall, you know, they were very good goalkeepers for us.
He's no Bart Gremick, is he?
I mean, even... No. I think the best goalkeeper I've ever seen is probably Peter Schmeichel. And even he made mistakes. You know, they all make mistakes.
Yeah.
So, you know, but we'll see what he does next season with the situation.
Yeah.
See if he brings another one in. I think he needs to.
It wouldn't surprise me if he kept Camp around the squad. If he's well liked,
Yeah.
he might be looking at bringing another keeper in. But you keep Camp, in the squad, in and around. You know, if he is a good character, then
Yeah.
it's.
It strikes me as that kind of, as if he's,
Yes.
if he's well
most
liked.
certainly.
Yeah.
I think the player's reaction after QPR when he saved the penalty afterwards, and as that final whistle went,
Yeah.
they were they were absolutely thrilled to bits for him. Which, like I say, sometimes it says that sort of action can say a hell of a lot more than words can. But
We've certainly been in worse situations, haven't we? You know.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
the fact that we're sat here having
this time last year,
Yeah.
this time 2 years ago, this time 3 years ago, this time 4 years ago. Yeah.
One goalkeeper we've had recently who only played a few games that was probably worse than Camp was that Ledgeskins, wasn't he? He wasn't.
Yeah. And he went to Burnley.
What's he
Got a
doing? Is he
Premier
still
League
there?
move. I think he is still there. I think he's about the 5th choice, but yeah, I think he's still there.
I tell you what, the life as a reserve keeper is the
That's
life
great.
for me in the Premier League. Sit on the bench, get paid, love it.
Didn't we have Colin Dorr for about 15 years and he played about 15 games?
Yeah. How about for a job, right? Your career advice. You go to your career advisor, and he says, "Right, I've got a gig for you. Right? You can go and play. You're 37, 38. You've had a great, decent career in football. I've got you a gig as third choice Chelsea keeper.
Yeah, Rob Green, yeah.
You are going to do nothing
Yeah.
all season. You will not even make the bench. You just have to turn up for training every day for an hour or two.
And even if you
50
don't,
grand
no
a
one
week.
knows.
Free lunch after the training.
Yeah.
This is...
Absolutely astonishing career.
Steve, BCFC Tarbuck says, a Tilton Talk Show and bore, you three can talk.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Don't know why we are commenting.
sorry.
Including the title in it.
Yeah, Mike Taylor, great goalkeeper for us. Brilliant.
Oh, yeah, brilliant goalkeeper.
Fantastic, yeah.
Nice chap as well. Spoke to him a few times. He's a nice bloke as well. Proper down to earth.
TF needs to do a book signing. I think that's a nod towards, can we get him in?
Yeah.
Can we?
Our people are talking to their
Our people are actually talking to their people.
Genuinely are.
Genuinely.
There are actually conversations
Yeah,
going
and he only
on.
lives up the road, so you never know. You never know. Stockdale only leads camp in one department, waistline.
Oh, that's harsh. Funny.
Accurate.
Has he not had 11 clean sheets so far this season, which was more clean sheets
I
than we
believe
had
it
last
is 11, yeah.
in the whole of last season?
Yeah.
There we go.
But, like Mark said, that's, contrastingly, you shouldn't always just blame the keeper when a goal's scored because there's 10 players in front of him. A clean sheet is your whole team as well.
It's a team game.
Yeah,
It's a team game.
you defend from the front, and clean sheets are as much the defence and the midfields credit than the goalkeepers sometimes. So
And here's a shock, Pete Taylor. I don't mean to be the bearer of bad news. We're out of the playoff race now.
mathematically, is that? Oh no, that's disappointing. Okay, so we got
Last 15.
15 left.
Oh,
We're not doing it. We've got 2 games. Well, actually, we'll have 3 games before the next show.
Oh, right, okay.
But
Sorry.
we will discuss the next 2 because I'll try and do something in the week next week. First up, then, Good Friday Derby at home. Thoughts on Derby overall as a team this season and our chances against them on Friday?
Inconsistent Derby are, aren't they? They're certainly beatable.
Hot and cold.
On our day, if we turn up and play like we did against Leeds, I think we can win. I think we can beat them. At home especially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we do better against better teams.
Yeah.
And Derby are one of the better teams. So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
They'll like to keep the ball, won't they? And
Yeah, they will charge at us.
Yeah.
As I say, people are under this false illusion that we're struggling. We're not. Or they look at our possession stats,
Yeah.
and which are really low, and because we allow it to be low.
Yeah.
Unlike past Blues teams where it's low because we just can't get
we
the ball.
give it away.
Look at the shots and shots on target.
Yeah,
as well.
exactly, yeah.
It's a lot
Yeah,
higher
yeah.
than what it was.
Yeah.
I think we went 3 games last season without a single shot on goal.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think we'll give them a run for their money.
Yeah. So just a few stats I'll throw up. Derby haven't won an away game in 2019.
Right, we're losing there. That's that.
Their last away win was Norwich. They beat Norwich 4-3 on the 29th of December.
Bloody hell.
They have, however, which coinciding with the return from injury of Mason Mount, who's on loan from Chelsea, they've scored 13 in their last 4 games.
He's a good player, isn't he?
10 in their last 2 home games. Obviously, home games are different, and that was Rotherham and Bolton.
Yeah.
However, they're 2 points off the playoffs. They play us, and then on Easter Monday they play QPR at home. So they'll look at the next 2 games as a real chance of propelling themselves back into a playoff push. and then their next game is against Bristol City, which could well be a playoff for the playoffs, if you like. So
I would say they will look at their next 2 games as 6 winnable points.
Yeah,
and you shouldn't really underestimate either of us.
No, yeah.
I think that will play into our hand if they do.
Yeah.
When they do underestimate us.
I mentioned the Bristol game because they'll be looking at that. I think they'll want to go into that Bristol game ahead of Bristol City. Yeah. You say, flying full of confidence. So I think you probably will see a Derby side come out the blocks quickly against us.
They're going to take the game to us, yeah.
But
we want
as you say, at times this season that has helped us.
Look how well it worked for Leeds.
Yeah.
Twice this season.
Yeah. So I think on the counter we can hit them hard. Couple of predictions before I get yours. Tony Layton says 2-2. 1-1 Blues. Adrian 2-1 Derby says Stephen. Lucy says 2-1 Blues. Derby 2 Blues 1 from Ray. Craig Courtney says Blues 2-0. What are we going with in the studio? Paul, we'll go with you first.
I'm going to go 1-0 again.
Blues?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm going to go 2-1 Blues. They score first.
Shall I go for 2-1 as well?
You want to go 2-1 as well?
It seems to be
you
working
always
every
go
week.
2-1.
Seems to be working.
I will go 3-2 Blues.
Who's scoring?
Pedersen.
Which goal?
And a Craig Gardner penalty to win it after he's come on because David Davis is injured.
After he's come on, got a yellow card and shook his fist.
Adams will take a minute if you
Come on,
want
boys! Come on, boys!
Is it Adams had a penalty taken now if he's on
Yeah,
pitch?
but he'll have got sent off, you say. Really nasty tackle, really nasty.
Put that bet on
If this
now.
is right now, I'm going to be asking you the lottery numbers for next week.
Yeah.
Adam Wilkes says 2-2, Jez McDonough 0-0, Steve Best 1-1. Would you take a point? I think you'd
I'll
take
take a point all day. Yeah.
really at that.
I'm happy.
To give us
Yeah.
4 unbeaten, then going into Rotherham.
Ipswich was a disappointment, but at the same time, I'm happy with the point with that.
Yeah.
Because to get 4 points off the previous 2 games,
Yeah.
then at this point, we can take points in.
And on that day, Rotherham didn't gain on us.
Yeah,
Reading
exactly,
didn't
yeah,
gain
yeah.
on us.
Yeah.
Reading did because they won, but Millwall and QPR drew, I think. So yeah.
I'll take a point against Derby.
Yeah. So then we go to what some people were worried might be the relegation 6-pointer. If we lose to Derby and Rotherham win, they might still be a big game. But Rotherham away on Monday. Mark, we'll go with you first.
We are a better team than Rotherham.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree.
Rotherham are... Whether they'll sit right back at home when they need points themselves, I don't know. But we don't do well against the worst teams because they employ the same counter-attacking tactics that we do. So we've got a choice to make. We either counter-attack but try and put a bit of emphasis on possession, or we just go and take the game by the horns like we did against Ipswich. If we do that, that's fine, but we've got to maintain that for 90 minutes, not 45.
Yeah.
I honestly think we'll get a draw against Rotherham. But I would like to think that we're more than capable of a win.
Okay.
I'm going to say 1-1 at Rotherham.
2 draws. Chris, 2-1 Blues.
I'll go for... let me think about this. 2-1 Blues.
2-1 Blues. 4-1 Blues.
Wow. Wow.
I think we are better than Rotherham, and I think if we get something against Derby, like I say, I think Monk, he will want one of those games before the end of the season. It could have been Saturday. We could have been 2 or 3 up at half time. I think if you get that again, I think Rotherham will be. Yeah, they'll be shell shocked.
Do we know they've got Friday, Rotherham?
I do. They've got Swansea away.
Right.
And then they play Blues.
So they lose that. We beat Derby.
That's it'll be
So that
effectively
happens.
10 points. They can't
With the goal
catch
difference.
us. They can't catch us because there'll be 3 games left.
So we're safe. Then we go to Rotherham Monday if that happens.
All but yeah.
Yeah.
Not mathematically because it'll technically be 9, but with the goal difference it'll be 10. So yeah, we'll be all but
So
safe.
it would be nice for the players to be coming out of Rotherham, come
On a
Monday.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. But certainly on Monday, if we get something from Rotherham, then that should
we're
be
more than
that
capable
should
of
be
going
it.
there
Will
and turning them
yeah.
over, but them type of places Ipswich Saturday, won't it?
Yeah.
Bolton away, them type of games we always seem to.
Well, actually, we played Ipswich and Bolton home and away this season. We haven't won one.
Picked up 2
Worst
points.
2 teams in the division by a country mile, and we ain't won one.
We're
It's
crap
so
against
blues,
crap
isn't it?
teams,
Yeah.
yeah.
We ain't lost against Leeds and Sheffield United, but we ain't beat Ipswich and
That's typical Blues,
Bolton,
isn't it?
so,
Yes.
Yeah.
they've got Swansea away, then they play us, then they've got Albion and Borough. So, I mean, the likelihood of them catching us anyway,
Yeah,
they're going to have to pull out a ridiculous set of results. So it's a really tough run for them. They've got 1 win in their last 5. That was at home against Forest. They've actually scored in their last 6 games in a row. Like I said, but although only one of those has transpired in wins, which shows that they concede goals as well. And they're 2 points off 21st. I think they'll be looking at, they won't be looking, unless we lose and they win on Friday, and then they can look at us as potential for overtaking. But I think their battle is still your Wigan, Millwall and Reading, isn't it, rather than us at the moment. But
Yeah.
so again, it's difficult to go too far into it because there's games between then. Obviously, we've got Derby and they've got Swansea, so it could, like I say, it could effectively be all over our relegation worries. If it is,
that'd be
a
nice.
sold out away following going up to Rotherham would be, would be a big plus for us, wouldn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
That'd be sold out anyway, wouldn't it? So.
Yeah. John Bullingham says 1-0 Rotherham with Blues.
Yes.
Michelle O'Neill 2-1 Blues, 3-1 Blues from Steve. Kevin has assumed I've been drinking. I assume that's because of my prediction. 3-0 Blues, 2-2 against Rotherham, 2-1 Blues. So a bit more confidence at the Rotherham game than the Derby game, which the table would dictate is logical, but
this is Blues.
with Blues,
We've just drawn with
it's not
Ipswich.
particularly logical at all, really, is it? So no, of course not. Of course not. Kevin Kelly, this actually, go on. I'll bring this up. Kevin Kelly has said, has Mr. Fun had a safety bet on Blues relegation odds a long big dollar. So I did this last season.
I know you did, yeah.
Put 50 quid on. I think we were
Try and soften the blow.
7 or 8 to 1 to go down. So I lumped on and thought, I'll chuck 50 quid away to keep us up, sort of thing.
Soften the blow.
I've actually done similar this year. It was actually them across the road to be promoted, and I did it when Dean Smith came in.
Yeah.
And they were, I think they were 12 to 1 to be promoted.
How much you put on?
So I've put another 50 on.
I think you've won some money there.
Well, do you know what? If I have, I have.
Yeah.
But
most of
I'm
their
happy
fans-
to chuck 50 away
For them not
again
to
for them not to be promoted.
Yeah, I'll get the method to the madness.
Yeah.
I do. Yeah, I mean, a lot of their fans that I know don't think they're going up.
Really?
Honestly, yeah.
Oh no, the ones I know are absolutely
They've strangely,
cock-a-hoop.
Yeah, but they were. I think
voices.
they've learned from last season, haven't they? They were a bit like that last season when they got to the final. They ran on the pitch, don't they, when they got to the final celebrating?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So I think they're sort of, not counting their chickens too much this time.
Well,
What is
the
it, 8 on the
plus,
bets?
But yeah, but
the plus
Anybody
side
can do
is Chris has given me loads of bets, loads of tips over the past few weeks, and not a single one of them has come in. So
True.
Witten are not going up.
haven't they got to go to Leeds as well in a couple
They've
of
got to
weeks?
go to Leeds.
They've got to
I
go
think
to-
their last game is against Norwich, but Norwich might be on the beach by then if they've been promoted.
Yeah,
so.
but they might need to win it to seal being champions, maybe. Is it the last
Possibly,
game?
yeah,
Unless it's the last
possibly.
game, I don't know. But
It is the last game of the season.
is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
But still might be the case. I think there's only 3 points between them and Leeds, so
it's not
possible.
over till it's over.
it's possible. Borough have got a nice little run. Who's gone then? Who's getting play? Who's top 2? But I think there's 4 games to go for the top teams. I think Bristol City and Derby might have a game in hand. Who's getting top 2 and who's getting playoffs?
Norwich, Leeds, Villa.
Okay.
Norwich, Sheffield United, West Brom.
Okay.
I said that last week.
Norwich, Leeds, West Brom. Tempted with that. I was tempted with that. I will go Norwich, Leeds, Sheffield United.
I'm only saying Sheffield United second because I said it last week.
Yeah,
so I don't want to change it in a week.
Oh yeah.
But looking at the fixtures and the running, I think probably I don't know. I've still just got a funny feeling inside me that Leeds are going to slip up. I don't know why. I just have.
But is it because they're Leeds?
Yeah.
And they tend to do Leedsy things.
They do, yeah.
Yeah, it seems to all go to cock at the last.
Yeah.
At the finish post, I think.
Yeah.
Kevin Kelly says top two: Norwich and Leeds, playoff winner Sheffield United.
Yeah,
Craig
I
goes-
fancy that.
yeah.
I fancy
Craig goes
that.
Norwich, Sheff, and Leeds.
Who do we think Sheffield United will beat in the final then? Who do you think will get to the final of the playoffs?
Well, I think the baggies.
Villa.
So, as it stands, Baggies are playing Villa, aren't they?
Yeah.
So you think they'll beat Villa in the semi-finals? Or you think Villa will beat them Baggies? That'd be some game, 2 legs.
Yeah, I think over 2 legs, I think Villa have got more than Albion. But over the course of if a 90-minute, winner takes all, I think Sheffield will be tough to beat.
I think Baggies
Sheffield have been tough to beat all season.
the Baggies have got the better keeper out of the two, I would say. But Sam Johnston's a good keeper, isn't it?
Yeah, possibly. Yeah.
Kieran Gibbs, good left back, Premier League player. He's
He hasn't been playing, has he? I think.
Is
I don't
he
think-
injured?
I
Is
think
he injured?
So, yeah,
okay,
yeah.
so if he's
I don't know,
playing, but if he gets fit and he's playing,
Matt Phillips is
Matt
due
Phillips,
back.
good player. They've got some good players.
Yeah.
They can Dwight Gale up front and Rodriguez. They can hurt Villa.
I don't want to give the overrated Grease Ball too much credit because I despise him.
Yeah.
But when Greasy is back, that whole team
Yeah.
raises their game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think psychologically they think they can't play without him.
Yeah,
which is
yeah,
insane
yeah.
because if you just tackle the guy, it can't do anything.
Yeah.
But teams have a tendency to just back off. Only
Yeah.
be scored.
Yeah.
I think the wave they're unfortunately on at the moment will take them through to the final and unfortunately send them back up.
The
just- yeah.
Merchant of Doom has spoken.
Yeah.
Kevin French says Sheffield United have lost Sharp for the season. Is that?
Have they?
Hadn't heard that.
Really?
That's a blow for them because
It's
he's
a hell of a blow.
He's their real focal point, isn't he? up
Well, that's
front?
massive for them, really.
McGoldrick's a good player. He played well against us, but not as a. I wouldn't say he's the out and out striker that Sharp can be for him. So if that's true, that is a massive blow for Sheffield United. That is.
Yeah.
Yes. How long have we got left? Is that it? Are we done? Oh my goodness.
That's gone quick.
It has flown. Paul Sterndale says a hamstring. Assume that's for Sharp.
Yeah.
That's a blow.
It's a hell of a blow, yeah.
That is a massive blow to them, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mark and Paul. Great to have you in again.
We shall see you all again, not next week, but the week after.
You might see me in Alicante if I can find Wi-Fi.
Nice, thanks for that.
Bar for 20 minutes, half hour or so.
Good night, all.
Ciao.
Sorry.
From the Tilton, we'll support you till the end.